The Top 5 Unsolved Mysteries. Mysterious Visitor. Before diving into the darker themes of this list, let's explore an unsolved mystery that falls squarely into the extremely creepy category. For several nights, a Reddit user received repeated alerts from his door motion sensor indicating movement outside his home. Each time he checked the notification images, however, he found nothing there. Initially, he attributed the alerts to a neighborhood pet or a malfunction. On the third night, he checked again and discovered a disturbing image captured by the sensor. A strange late-night visitor wearing an unusual mask. Even more unsettling, the alerts were time-stamped around midnight and then again 4 to 5 hours later, around 4 a.m. Who was this person, and why was he lurking outside the man's home in a mask? After that night, the mysterious visitor never returned. 4,000-mile death punch. On July 5, 1996, in Surrey, British Columbia, a 31-year-old man named Blair Adams abruptly left his job, withdrew all his cash from the bank, and embarked on one of the strangest escape attempts ever recorded. Adams had repeatedly expressed to friends that someone was trying to kill him and that he needed to leave town immediately. His first attempt to cross the US border was thwarted by suspicious border guards. He then purchased a one-way ticket to Frankfurt, Germany, but was too anxious to wait for his flight. Instead, he crossed the US border successfully. Adams drove nearly 500 miles to Seattle, where he bought another plane ticket and flew to Washington, D.C. From there, he drove another 500 miles to Knoxville, Tennessee, totaling nearly 4,000 miles from his home in Canada. In Knoxville, Adams checked into a hotel. Up to this point, his journey might seem like the erratic behavior of a distressed individual. However, things took a darker turn. At 7:37 p.m., Adams left his hotel room, and the next day, he was found dead in a parking lot half a mile away. His body had been violently stripped from the waist down, yet the thousands of dollars in cash he carried were scattered around him, untouched. Most bizarrely, the cause of death was determined to be a single massive blow to the stomach, which ruptured his stomach. The strange case of Blair Adams remains unsolved. Morgellons disease. Morgellons disease is a rare and controversial condition. Sufferers report a sensation of bugs crawling under their skin, along with chronic fatigue, skin sores, and, most bizarrely, fibers or threads appearing beneath their skin. In 2012, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, suggested that Morgellons was not a physical disease, but a mental health issue, hypothesizing that the fibers were likely lint from clothing that had entered open wounds. However, tens of thousands of people, including singer Joni Mitchell, insist that Morgellons is real. Many share compelling photos of the strange fibers on forums dedicated to the illness. Forensic scientist Ron Pogue from the Tulsa Police Crime Lab analyzed a Morgellons sample against 100,000 fibers in the FBI's national database and found no matches. The fibers were neither cotton nor any known natural or synthetic material. Despite reports of the illness dating back over 16 years, Morgellons has never been officially recognized as a physical or mental illness. BC Beach Feet. On February 9, 2016, a family walking along Botanical Beach in British Columbia, Canada, stumbled upon a shoe washed ashore. The unsettling part, a severed human foot was still inside the shoe. This was not an isolated incident. It marked the 13th human foot to wash up on British Columbia's beaches in the last decade. Theories about the origin of these feet range from murdered victims dumped at sea to suicides and accidental deaths. Yet no definitive explanation has been found for why this particular beach has become a site for such grim discoveries. The head in the woods. In Economy, Pennsylvania, a teenager walking through the woods made a grisly discovery: the dismembered head of an elderly woman. The oddities did not end there. When the police investigated, they found that the head had been fully embalmed and its eyes had been replaced with rubber balls. Police artists created sketches and even circulated images of a 3D sculpture of the woman's head, but no leads emerged regarding her identity or the origin of the head. 1 year later, the investigation was halted due to a lack of evidence. Pennsylvania authorities buried the head in an unmarked grave in a local cemetery. To this day, no one knows who the woman was or what happened to the rest of her body.